back here. PSP New Jersey Open. I'm Matty Marshall. I'm up here with Nikki Cuba, and we are about to watch San Diego Dynasty take on Chattanooga CEP. And Dynasty flawless yesterday. They 7-0'd Vicious and 7-3'd X Factor, and pretty much looked like they were just handling business. Nikki, how you feel about this game?
Not so good for CEP. You know, Dynasty, like you said, they're coming in hot. They're playing good. They've been playing good all year. They got a good core of guys that they've always had with Yosh, Alex, now Oliver back. And their kids are on point right now. They got a lot of kids stepping up, especially Mouse. Alex Goldman, if you do not know his nickname.
Yeah, he's playing out of his skull right now.
He's playing really, really good. Dalton's actually having a bad event. I've been watching him.
There's no Doritos.
There's no Doritos. I've been all over him all year, you know, as one of the top guys on that squad. But for this event, you know, everyone has a hard event in the year.
Yeah, for sure. We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors for Paintball Sports Promotions. Of course, always Dye Precision and Proto Empire. Draxis Paintball, Planet Eclipse, GI Sports, Top Gun, that's where we're at. It's the field we're playing. RPS, Virtue,
my favorite paint.
PB Nation, GI Milsim, and Sup Airball. Without them, this would not be possible. So, Nick, you've got about 20 seconds to go. Now, Chattanooga, this is a proving ground for them, man. And this is one of those things like, okay, we're playing Dynasty. They've been on fire this year. They haven't won the past couple events, but, you know, they put up a lot of W's this year. And they're going to be playing against what you could absolutely argue is the best roster that Dynasty has ever fielded.
Yeah, I would second that.
So here we go. You're looking at Dynasty in blue on your screen. And crisp breakout for them as they lose no bodies.
CP dropping one body. Dynasty still having 5 guys alive, guns rolling.
And it looks like Dalton's going to come off.
As soon as I say that, you know,
yeah.
I jinx him all the time.
Yeah, so
but
Dalton,
CP also loses 2 guys. Oliver up at the A. Great move moving up there, cutting down the left side of the field if this guy tries to fill out to the snake.
And look at Mouse just streaking down the pit snake.
Hey, when no one's looking at him, that's when you take moves. And Mouse is coming to his own in this past season to really play good paintball.
Yeah, you know, he's one of those guys that...
His IQ's getting better.
Yeah, he's grown up. He's older now, you know, and I think he's older. He's learned a lot. Oh, Oliver Lane getting taken out.
Wheeling and dealing.
But there's a lot of Dynasty guys over on the pit side of the field, and here come... Oh, and it's just a rainbow of flags.
I've never seen that.
I've never seen 4 penalty flags thrown at the same exact time. Yosh screaming at Mouse to run that flag in.
We got a little physical contact. I thought you said this sport wasn't physical. He punched him in the head.
Yeah, a little forearm shiver trying to get that flag and hang it before CP was able to get in the box, and he did. He hung it before he got in the box. So quick point by Dynasty. The score is going to be 1-0.
Is that necessarily him not making it in the box or getting boxed out?
Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do. You got boxed out. It's like, you are not getting in that box. Nice job, though. And, you know, Dynasty just continuing to look well. They shot their guns well off the break. They got a kill off the break. Really good job by them. Let's check out that last penalty here. See the referee calling them out. And just
1, 2, 3,
flags.
4,
Everyone's
5.
throwing flags. And he's going to have to go serve his time. Now, I was saying that I saw a red flag go up. I think that was unintentional red. A bunch of yellows went up. Miscued. So, well, it looks like one ref tried to go for the yellow, but ended up throwing both.
Yeah.
So 1 minute is going to go up the clock as CEP not able to make it into the box on time. And if you have not seen paintball before, just unaware of the rules, pros pretty simple on the penalties. If you cheat, and you cheat really bad, it's a major penalty. You're going to get 2 minutes. You're going to get a 2-minute major penalty, and you have to serve the entire time. Doesn't matter whether you win or lose the point. However, if you get a 1-minute minor penalty, then that penalty will come off if you lose the point, stay on if you win, and those penalties are signified by a yellow flag for a minor and a red for a major.
I'm so happy that they make the person that gets the penalty go in the box.
You do the crime, you got to do the time. Yeah. Because it used to not be that way.
Yeah,
it started out that way, but then they changed it, and I'm glad they changed it back.
10 seconds coming up. There's 18:55 left in this game. 1-0 Dynasty over CEP. And we're getting ready for this breakout.
Dynasty on the power play. So 4 players for CEP, a little slip and tumble. It looks like, and Fife immediately gets taken out about 4 steps out of the box. And Dynasty 5.
That's good shooting from Glenn Takamoto out of back center.
Yeah, nice job by Glenn to get that kill. And here comes Alex Frazier.
Glenn is such a straight shooter, man.
Yeah, he really is. It's one of his best attributes.
Alex, old and fragile, but still makes it in the snake.
I think Frazier, isn't that Italian for fragile?
Fragile.
Yeah, Alex playing well.
And no one looking at this side.
Mike McCormick. So Mike McCormick getting all the way into CP side of the field and takes out the last player.
Makes him run off the field. He almost fell over. Quality point, again, 5 guys alive.
It's good that they're getting McCormick in there because
he actually won his spot. They have
they cut
11
I don't think they didn't
or
cut
12
Tyler,
guys.
but
they didn't cut him, but they're fighting for a spot. I like that. You're always fighting to see who's on the starting line. You're still on the team, even if you're not playing, but you're just not up to standards for this field.
Yeah. So see Glenn Takamoto and
Mike Hinman talking it over, figuring out some shots on that snake side, I believe. I think Mike wants to know how he shot him.
It's such a great addition to the Dynasty squad to pick up Mike Hinman as a coach in the offseason. He's worked very hard to try to use the tools that he has to the best optimal performance, and I think he's done a great job. So let's check out this breakout. Now you're looking at Dynasty on your screen right now.
Dynasty wearing the Empire jerseys, right?
Yeah, Empire jerseys for Dynasty, doubling up that back center. And then CEP, you see the struggle right there. Fife gets taken out by Glenn Takamoto as he tries to get out.
Stuck in that slide move there. He was trying to do a baseball slide, come out there and go gunned up, but he kind of just stuck in the ground.
Yeah, and then took a couple of Glenn shots.
Yeah.
So right now, coach for CEP out there trying to get his boys together as they're down 2 points in not even 2 minutes yet. So
and
18-11.
You can see it right there. You're looking at them, and there's not one person trying to get them up. They're bothered probably from the past couple days of losing, but you still got to find it within yourself to come out here and give 120%, and grind. And, they're just sitting there nonchalant, not trying to get each other up, not talking about, what the play is going to be. It looks like they're just off in their own little islands.
Yeah, and, you're a really motivational guy to have on a team, and I don't know who that is for them. Hopefully they have somebody like that.
That's why I believe you need that veteran. And they say that they don't, that they're just going to stay standard, homegrown.
Look at Oliver Lang.
Getting into that race bunker. They got 1G. It's 4-on-5. Oliver making a good move into that God bunker, the little Dorito before the snake.
Yeah, so Oliver, small bumps, small bites, trying to get into the snake. And this is the harder side to aggressively push up.
But it frees up Mouse on that drawing a blank on the bench side.
Yeah.
And he's able to come up into that Dorito. No pain coming at him because everyone's focused on Oliver. He's tying up 3 guns right now. He's tying up both corners and the other race bunker on his side of the field.
Yeah, and Robbie Goldsmith for CEP is the front player over here trying to make his way into the snake, but he's gunned up inside. And that was Oliver Lang on your screen. You can see their bottom left-hand corner. And
Mouse making a great move. Makes it into the 50 side.
Oh, and Oliver gets taken out. It's too greedy.
Being lazy right there.
Yeah, he should have just hung out in there.
He knows it. He won't make that mistake again.
Yeah, now Dynasty with only 1 player. It's Alex Frazier in the back corner. Now, this is the great thing about Dynasty. Look at this. You got Alex Frazier, last point, going down the snake. On the opposite side of the field. Now he's playing the back corner on the opposite side.
Versatile players.
Yeah.
You got to be able to play every spot on this field. Doesn't matter if you're front guy, back guy, mid guy. At some point or another, you're going to be asked to go to one of these spots.
Now Goldsmith making his move into the snake for CEP. There, notch 1, snake 1. He's going to try to get those cross-field shots and also try to work on Alex Frazier. There, he's down the tape.
Yeah,
and there, as I say, he's going to try to make that move up. Yep.
That's what he needs to do. Now freeze him up because now he's got those fingers blocking him out, but I don't know if he knows that. He just needs to back up and he could be shooting the back center and be protected from the Dorito.
Well, it comes down to walking the fields and in practice. You should know all these shots by now. You want to be able to...
Right now, he's a wasted gun. He's got his gun in the bunker. Now he's got his gun locking down Alex. What's that doing, really? He needs to be in the game. Right now he's taking himself out.
And he has a back player, and that should be the back player's job to lock Alex down so Robbie can start working cross field.
If he just looks cross field, he could shoot Alex Goldman in the face, and Alex Goldman can shoot him. But both of them not knowing or just not getting the communication across.
Well, and Robbie is by the sideline, so Robbie should, now he's going to try to get shots on Alex, and I think he just misses them. So nice job by Alex Goldman, even though he gets shot out. But here comes Ryan Greenspan. Ooh, he might have got clipped by Robbie Goldsmith. Nope.
Stephen Pitts coming on him hard.
Oh, and Robbie, just too much dynasty for Robbie. And Stephen Pitts going to come up the center.
Great
goes
player
right past
right
the
here
flag.
coming. Stephen Pitts, awesome player.
Nice job. Polishes off Fife. Really, really good job by Stephen Pitts. He basically, once he had all the numbers in his head.
Yeah,
he knew what was up.
He knows Ryan's on the Dorito side. He knows Alex is in the snake. Now he knows that he has the ball because those two guys are veteran players. They're not going to let that back corner play on either side of that bunker, and they're going to suffocate him. And they're going to let Stephen Pitts go gunned up, run it out, and run him down like he just did. And that's just textbook 101 paintball.
Absolutely. And the way he ran his route, too. Directly at the center of the bunker.
Yeah, gunned up.
Gunned up. Not
in case he comes over the top,
yeah,
pop
man.
the top.
You don't want to be that player that runs at your guy or at the opponent, trying to take him down, bunker him out, and then gun down, and then get smoked just because you're lazy. You don't want to do that. All right, so we got a highlight from that last point. Here we're going to watch at the end. Let's watch. Well, actually, look at Alex Goldman, top right-hand portion of your screen. He comes over. I don't know if he traded out. I think Fife might have got a shot on him, and here comes Stephen Pitts. Look at this route he takes. Right through the center, and boom, comes up, does the slide, goes in low underneath. It's a beautiful job.
CEP might have got a little extra on him. Could have been a penalty, but the refs being nice.
So, score is 3-0 in favor of Dynasty as they continue to look dominant. No one has really given them much of a fight so far this event. They had a pretty good streak going of wins. They had trying to make it 5, and got taken down by the Russians in Chicago in probably the most, if not the most dramatic final I've ever seen. One of the most dramatic finals. There's been some really dramatic finals.
That was
World Cup's had a couple, but
that's one for the ages right there. You got to give props to my man J-Rab.
Yeah, J-Rab keeping his team in the game.
Keeping his team in the game, keeping his head in the game. That was awesome to see because I've watched him grow up from a young buck from when he was just sucking on a nipple still.
I remember when we used to duct tape him back at Dye,
Slap him around.
He's running around the warehouse. Now he's all grows up. So CEP needs to grow up in the paintball world a little bit to try to take on Dynasty.
Makes it up there. He dove out of a stream of paintballs. Dynasty dropping mouse. First time that he's been shot, I think first on Dynasty in this game. They got guns up. They're watching outside bunkers.
Yeah, and
Oliver's cutting down the snake side. Everyone else is cutting down that Dorito side because there is 2 bodies over there. Now there's 2 bodies on the snake side. Someone's going to have to help out and support Oliver because all this snake guy needs is for his buddy to put in Oliver for a second so he can make that bump. And he's only
and Oliver's his timing's awesome. I mean, talk about one of his attributes. It's really good. He's really athletic. He's a great gunfighter, but his timing is really what sets him apart.
He is getting kind of fat though. I don't know about so athletic.
Too many sandwiches at the Rubicon.
Yeah, that is a delicious spot to eat.
Yes. If you are ever in San Diego, go to Oliver's Deli, Rubicon Deli down in Mission Beach. So right now, the slower point here is Dynasty has that lead, so they don't need to take any risks.
To the A, I bet Oliver's going to hear that and he's going to go get some. He's hungry, I know him. But Oliver just got shot from that race bunker, the snake. And Yosh Rao got taken out. Dalton Vanderbilt in the back right. Glenn Takamoto, Mike Mesa in that center Aztec, cutting down snake side. They're crossed up, and this is all they need to do right now.
CEP
has to come.
Real good field position in the center. But again, you got to go into that cross. And they have a player in the snake on the pit side and now making moves over here on the spectator side as well. So
slow play. They need this point. It's only 3-1. It is not a big deficit. So they really need this. This is crucial.
Yeah, super crucial point right now.
They got all 5 guys. Smart bumps. When someone's not being shot at, that's the guy that gets the move.
And you see they're playing smart, man. CEP's
but no
playing
one's
smart.
watching that left side of the field. Dalton took his gun off there, and now the guy just bumped out.
But this is the easy part for CEP. Getting to these 50s is going to be the easy part. The hard part is going to be what to do and to go into Dynasty's cross after that.
Yeah.
And you can see they're all trying to put it together right now. I mean, absolutely, CEP's player over on the pit side, he needs to get in that snake.
They're on their side.
No, I know, but I see that. I know he's there, but there's an open spot in the snake for him, and he's out there standing in the open with his gun, not shooting, looking for a shot. But he doesn't have to do anything because the rest of his boys polished everyone else. And there we go.
Yeah, they could have did it a little quicker with that guy that you're talking about, being relaxed, gun down. That opportunity, take advantage of what they're giving you. They're not shooting at you. Take some real estate.
Yeah, take what they give you,
Get the guns
man.
turned on you.
And that's one of the reasons, again, we're talk about Alex Goldman. I think one of the reasons Alex Goldman is so good is that he's always running eyes up. He's always looking at what is in front of him. And if no one's shooting at him, he's going to take the next spot. And if you still don't shoot him, he's going to continue to go. And that's where you see those, like, it may look like a big bite, but he's doing it piece by piece at a time in his head. So
because you see him as he's running, he's kind of going down, and he's like, all right, don't shoot at me. I'm coming up. I'm keep going. All right, they're going to give me another 5 yards?
Yeah, and so as an inexperienced player might look at a move like that and think, oh, well, Alex Goldman just went 3 bunkers and took a gigantic bite. I can do that. Well, yeah, no, he's doing the work, though. He's doing the work quickly in his head, and like you said, subtly but effectively and aggressively making that happen. All right, let's check out the action from that last point. So you're looking at that cross. Dynasty just super tight in that bunker. You can see there, boom. I think that was the shot.
Blown up.
Yeah, Mike Mesa finally getting hit. He just couldn't get any smaller in there.
I mean, he's doing his job. He's crossed up, and what they were doing on that was just grinding that time.
Yeah.
So, if you're just tuning in, we're at New Jersey PSP. Dynasty versus CEP, 3-1, 11:44. I'm up here with Matty Marshall, and I'm Nicky Cuba.
Oh, yeah, Nicky Cuba. So, Nicky, what's going on in your life paintball-wise? You know, obviously you're playing for Infamous, but, you know, I know you're doing clinics and...
Yeah, just grinding in Long Island, hitting up some local fields and stuff like that. Played at an arena right before I got out here, and just playing as much as possible. Be doing clinics in local areas worldwide. If you got any field owners out there looking for clinics, hit me up. We got the breakout, 5-on-5.
And you're looking at the breakout there on your screen. That's Dynasty.
5 CEP alive, 5 Dynasty alive. Guns up right now.
Yeah, and look at Dynasty. They're gunned up. They're watching their lanes. Now, I would like them to, there we go, make a couple moves, get in some better spots.
Yeah, real estate is in CEP's favor, but McCormick making a move to even it out on this side of the field.
And he is clean.
CEP matches.
Yeah, Robbie Goldsmith getting in that insert bunker over here. And he immediately draws his gun up, shooting cross field. Now you're looking at the eye in the sky. And there's 2 snakes. I know we've been talking about it all weekend long, but this is the first time we've seen a snake on both sides of the field. Though the snake on the far end of the field where the players are staging is, in the opinion of everyone, the better.
It's the faster.
It's the faster side.
pace.
You can do damage from both sides, but it's easier to get into the other side, into the pit side, and once you're in there, you can do more damage.
Yeah, you got a lot more shots, a lot more spots in there that you can hide out, as opposed to the spectator side of the field on this snake.
Yeah.
You get in there and you're tying up guns, but you don't really have that many shots.
And you can see Dynasty slow playing these points now.
Yeah, they're trying to grind the clock.
I kind of like to see them put another point on the board before they start doing that, you know?
Yeah. But this is their game plan, and they've been winning with it. So.
They have,
but
yeah, they're winning.
I like what you're saying. I don't think the separation is there yet, because it's five bodies on 5 bodies.
And
it's
only
3-1.
And only 2-point match. But they're doing a really good job of effectively controlling those lanes. And because these points are starting to go long, it just totally plays into Dynasty's favor.
Yeah, and this also comes into, you notice in a couple of the games, there's people with no paint. You got to bring out a lot more paint on this field as opposed to other fields when you're a front guy or a mid guy or even a back guy. You're bringing out a lot of paint.
Yeah, I was talking to Nick Sloviak. He's just carrying out 9 pods.
Yeah.
Oh, and Robbie just gets Robbie Goldsmith eaten alive.
McCormick lights him up. Filling across. Makes it. Now he's gunned up on McCormick.
And now
he makes
moving
the
up.
move.
Ooh, I don't know. He might have got clipped.
Ryan Greenspan smokes him. Ryan was just sitting on that lane, shooting paintballs. But Ryan just got taken out. McCormick making a move. I believe that's Yosh Rao also on the player side of the field in the 50 snake. McCormick looking for the move to go around. No one's on him. He's going to take it.
Yeah, and that was Barrett Egerton. It's getting a little too sloppy over here on this spectator side of the field.
Yeah, maybe it's, maybe they're tired. Maybe, mentally tired, physically tired. It is hot out here, but that's what you're supposed to train for.
But it's not that hot.
No, it's not.
We've seen this is actually a very mild environmental condition for a paintball tournament compared to what it's not raining, though it's supposed to potentially rain tomorrow. But it's just not that hot right now. So you're looking at Glenn Takamoto left alive for Dynasty. And he's searching right now for a shot. He's backing up Mike McCormick. Mike McCormick in that snake. A real good spot. Trying to get that shot cross field. Real slow, methodical game plans from Dynasty right now as they're up points.
Yep, now it's just who makes that next mistake. That's what's going to happen. Who's going to capitalize. Next body is going to mean this point, I believe.
Yeah. And look at Dynasty. They don't have to do anything at this point.
No, they got 4 bodies. They're spread across the field. They got guys watching over each guy.
Now Glenn Takamoto right behind Mike McCormick. Mike McCormick zoned up down that sideline. Glenn shooting inside. And there you're looking at the CEP player. He is on the pit side of the field. And head checks out of the way. One of Glenn's paintballs. Glenn's just... You see Glenn's throwing about one every couple seconds.
Yeah, I don't believe that CEP player knows right now that Glenn is in Snake 1. He's seen Snake 2 shoot at him. So I think he's just playing a little bit not as crisp because he thinks he's in Snake 2. And I think Glenn's going to get that shot on him right now.
And Mike McCormick running out of paint. Glenn had to toss him a pot of paint. About half of it exploded onto the ground.
That's why Glenn plays paintball, because he doesn't have an arm. Alex Frazee making a good move onto their side of the field. Waiting on him. Trying to pinch out that Dorito.
What a smart point by Dynasty.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really... They're zoning it up and effectively killing the clock. They're also making the aggressive moves that are giving to them. And then when they get in those spots, they're playing very smart. So,
yeah.
I'm giving them an A+ on this point so far.
Only 2 bodies alive right now for CEP. The corner, the Dorito on the pit side.
And the thing with CEP is, like, look, you don't want to lose this point, but at a certain time, we're not there yet, but they've kind of really got to start thinking, okay, what can I do to break this cross?
Yeah.
Because they just can't. There he goes. Now, Alex Frazee, nice job.
Stays alive. Great move. See that? It's just smart paintball from a veteran right there. He knows, I'm going to bunker this guy, and I need to stay alive to help out my team.
And now Stephen Pitts is like, I'm going to do it again. Oh, but he doesn't have to. So Stephen Pitts trying to get a free one. Doesn't have to do it. So great job by Mike McCormick.
Yeah.
Making the Dynasty squad and stepping up and having a really, he got a great snapshot on Goldman.
Yeah.
Goldsmith. And just played great right behind Glenn, or right in front of Glenn Takamoto. And, Glenn, so solid. Great point by Dynasty. Mike Hinman should be very proud of them right now as they go 4-1 with 5 minutes and 54 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that was about a 5-minute point.
That's one of the longest points we've seen. That might have been the longest point we've seen today. It's interesting, though. It's funny. a lot of people like, oh, this field plays a little slow, but haven't really seen a ton of long points.
Yeah. Well, it plays slow if there's 5 alive. As soon as, the game starts and you get G's on the break, it's going to be a fast point.
Got about a minute to go here before the start of the next point, and if it goes anything like the last one, it might be the last point.
Yeah.
Carry more paints. All right, let's check out a replay. As we're looking at the eye in the sky, looking at that
beautiful
layout.
Field.
Yeah, it's a nice field, nice event. Great grass.
Sweet venue here at Top Gun. If you're in the New Jersey area, come check it out.
So look at this. This Alex Frazier here on the move, and their top left-hand corner of your screen ends up taking out CEP player and then takes his bunker. So flawless move by Alex Frazier. And it's just one last CEP player, and he's going to get taken out. And you saw Steven Pitts there trying to hunt in the center. We didn't have to make the move again, make that run.
Now we're getting ready. In 10 seconds, we're going to start this point. And you see they're leaving Alex Frazier in, but they're going to switch him up to the snake side. And that means he's going to go to that corner.
They got Oliver Lang in there, Ryan Greenspan, Steven
Look for
Pitts
Oliver
is running
coming right
again.
through the middle.
Oliver Lang gunning up off the break.
Oh, Oliver got a good shot. Straight ahead, shot his mirror out. Alex Frazier gets shot out. Alex Goldman gets shot out. Right now it's 3-on-4. Oliver's got to make a move to spread it. He does. Quality move.
Nice job by Oliver.
He knows now that they're bunched up.
But again, CEP having a hard time living against the guns of Dynasty.
But they're evening out. They spread out to the pit side. Made it to that Dorito. Now they're going into the pit side snake. Made it into that first part. Second part made it in. And now he's at the 50. Now that no one is really shooting on the snake side besides Steven Pitts, it's going to be timing for the CEP player to come out here and widen the field to really suffocate Dynasty right now.
Yeah. I mean, again, Dynasty don't have to do anything. They're up 3 points with 4 minutes and 42 seconds left. You see Oliver, he's on both knees right now, just digging in.
Ryan making a move out the Dorito side, stand up. Good move, because that back center gets real small real quick.
Yeah, it does. That back bunker is not the place you want to spend the whole game.
And now he could tie up the snake side on the pit by going into that bunker. Now that guy can't come around and do Alex's move that he just did.
CEP needs to really try to start pressing the issue here. Regardless of what they have body-wise, they're running up against a time crunch. You got 4 minutes, 13 seconds left. You're down 3 points. You've only scored 1 point so far the entire match.
That CEP player on the pit side in that can needs to come up into the 50 Dorito right now to free up that snake. If he doesn't, that snake's going to have so much pain on him, and he's going to just keep on trying to fight his way out of it, try and get those kills, and try and help out his team. These other guys in these back spots got to come up and help out. Oliver thinking he shot someone, but he bounced them.
Yeah, and Ryan Greenspan getting shot out of that stand-up temple, uncharacteristically dying early. And that might give CEP the opportunity. Ooh, Oliver living on the edge there. Almost got clipped himself.
Yeah, CEP just matched Oliver. They're both in the race bunker.
And Oliver getting shot trying to get to the snake. And
hey, he's got to make something happen. It's a 2-on-4 scenario. They're up bodies.
And he's out of paint. That's why he went forward. I was going to argue with you and say I don't agree. He needs to make something happen because now we see Fife just running down the field. But if he's out of paint, he's out of paint. I still think, hey,
hold out.
Yeah, hold out. Just let him come get you, man. Make them take that time to make each of those bumps.
And eat up more of the clock.
And eat up more of that clock.
True.
So then you'd have maybe 2:30 left instead of 3. And now we got a 2-point game with 3 minutes left.
It's anyone's game.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, especially with these long points that are being played, and the fact that Dynasty seems to be shooting a CEP player off the break every single time.
Yeah, but CEP has in the past 2 games shot Alex Goldman off or someone on Dynasty on the break. So they've been evening it out, but it's that middle to end game that they're lacking.
Mm-hmm.
They're not putting it together and working together as a team. They're kind of just still playing individual ball.
Yeah.
That'll come just, with practicing and being out here and getting beat up.
That's the key. You get beat up, makes you tougher. All right.
Makes you learn.
Yeah, so we're looking at that move here And CEP is, after Oliver got shot, coming out, taking the last Dynasty player out, and CEP finally probably very excited to go grab that flag and make this a 2-point game with 3 minutes and 1 second left to go. But the problem is CEP, with the way that the pace has been dictated by Dynasty so far and the fact they've been shooting guys off the break, it's going to be a tall order to try to score 2 points in 3 minutes. They're going to have to maybe try to mess around with the play in the center of the field, you know?
Yeah, they definitely have to bring it up the center, something that they haven't done, and Dynasty wouldn't be looking for that right now. They know that they go outside, but characteristically, CEP hasn't at all really used the center of the field. Right now would be a great time to throw that wrench into Dynasty's plans.
I think so too, and since they haven't done that, maybe Dynasty's not expecting it. Now, if I'm Mike Hinman, I'd be like, hey, we're down 2, there's 3 minutes and 1 second left. We've been dictating the pace. It's been really slow. What can they do? Well, go up the center. All right, well, then somebody's got to put some paint up the center.
Yep. I think you're going to see 3 guns off the break for Dynasty. 4 guns.
So Dynasty doubling up that back center as they get Dalton Vanderbilt. And Robbie Goldsmith just jumping over Dalton's stream of paint. Nice job there. And no aggression. Look at this. Nothing. This is totally typical. Yeah, that's a mistake. That's a mistake right there. You have to try to put yourself in a position to win the game at all times.
Especially when you just come off winning a point. You got to come aggressive. You got to come with the Thunder, man. You got to bring it to them.
Yeah, because the way that they broke out, that's a mental mistake or an error in strategy for CEP, because the way they broke out, you know.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's error in strategy.
Yeah, I think it's error in strategy, because think about it. Okay, well, now what are you putting your hope in? That you shoot 3 Dynasty guys off the break and make it a quick 30-second point? No, man, you are the one that has to dictate the pace of the action, which is what Dynasty's been doing all day long.
Yep. And that's why they are who they are.
True. So, looks like they got Yosh Rao, Mike Mesa, Alex Goldman, Dalton Vanderbilt, and Oliver Lang on the squad for Dynasty to try to hold out against CEP, with who's still nothing happening over here. Look at this. You got guys on their knees.
Heads down.
Guys on their knees. Double knee on the ground. Not wanting to make a move. A minute and 43 seconds left. You're down 2 points. Okay, now they're trying to get something going. It's scurrying, though, to the same bunker.
There's no communication.
Yeah.
You know, they're not playing as a team.
And then Robbie Goldsmith
can't stress it enough.
Shot out of his spot.
They lost both those guys on that fill from Oliver shooting this guy. Now Oliver's going to have some fun, sneak up on this guy, run him down. I know he's going to love it. Oh, but he had his gun down.
He went gun down, and then I don't know why. Oliver could have potentially got a penalty right there.
No. Oh, talking on CP, because I think he actually closed his eyes and missed Oliver.
Oliver's got to go gun up in that situation.
I know. He went in there lazy. Well, I'm going to have to tell him that.
Well, the thing is like, we know.
We just talked about Stephen Pitts doing it. He did it perfect.
Well, and also think about it this way. Now, if you're gonna run with your gun down and you're gonna do that on the pit side, and the guy doesn't know you're coming, well, there's a decent chance you're gonna get him, because no one's gonna be like, he's coming. But over here, I mean, there's 50 people on the sideline screaming bloody murder that he's coming, and sure enough, you don't go with your gun up. He's coming. It's one of those things. Just come out, take a shot, come back in. You know, that's how you're able to effectively pull those 1-on-3s. Those when you're down body.
Yeah, and now with 1 minute left, they grinded off all that time. 5-2, and CEP still in there.
Yeah, it's 5-2. It's
still
pretty.
In their pit. I think they're going to go for a timeout, maybe.
Yeah, this game's pretty much over. All right, let's check out a move from that last game. There's Oliver right there. You see him. Nice job. Runs right at the Dorito, and he gets his gun up, and he's like, I'm going to go get this guy. He comes over the top. Yeah, he just shot the top of his bunker. You're right, Nicky. He completely missed him. He came over the top and lost his composure for a second, listening to the crowd like, it's coming. So he just comes up, but doesn't actually shoot Oliver till the very end.
You got to attach that barrel to your nose and see what you're shooting at, man.
Yeah. So 31 seconds to go before the start of what is probably going to be the last point of this particular match. Coming at you next, San Antonio X Factor taking on Vicious. And after that, Dynasty will play the Los Angeles Ironmen.
Are you guys leaving?
Timeout just thrown.
Back to the hotel? Okay.
So yeah, timeout, CEP. At least they're
trying to gather their thoughts, get a good game plan, at least get another point.
Trying to fight, man.
Yeah,
I like
that. They're not giving up.
And again, it's for CEP. They gotta keep their eyes on that long distance or long timetable for their team. You know, they're realistically not going to come out
here. It's only
here.
the first year.
Yeah, they're not going to come out here, and it's a total pipe dream for them to try to think they're going to come out and just destroy everybody that's already been doing this for 10 years.
Every pro team that starts, it's about a 3-year gap that takes you to being a good team.
Yeah.
Some people do it in the first year, but not
it's very rare. I mean,
yeah,
look
few
at
and far.
You know, look at Dynasty. I'm sorry. Look at Impact. Look at Damage.
X
Factor. I mean, these are teams that they had a lot of homegrown talent. Had rocky roads sometimes and some success and a lot of failure, but they just maintained.
Yep.
And they were tenacious about wanting to learn the game and try to really take their style of paintball and let the world see it, and also earn respect out here against the guys who've been doing it for a long time. So CEP's got to keep that in mind, man. You know, you talk to those guys, they seem to have great heads on their shoulders, though, as far as the they have realistic expectations. And I think the biggest thing, and this is the most important thing, is they're having fun.
Yeah. Always having fun. And that's the only reason we play this. That's why we started playing. It's because this game is so fun. It brings so much joy to myself, to you, to everyone that's watching this, everyone out here. It's just it's a wonderful game.
Yeah, and another thing too is you guys are watching the best paintball players in the world, but there's paintball fields in the four corners of the world. All you really got to do is all shapes and sizes can play, both genders. You can have a father-daughter go out and have the daughter play better than the dad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the paintball gun's a great equalizer, and you can be big, you can be slow. It doesn't matter. You can still have a great day playing paintball. So go to PB Nation, find your local field and go out and give it a shot if you haven't done it before.
CP making a big move to that pit side snake, and they made it.
Made it clean. Where was this?
10
minutes ago?
Yeah, exactly. We were talking about this.
And now CEP got to get their guns rolling, man. Wrap around. Just die going forward. I mean, if you're going to get shot,
CEP.
penalty.
He knew it, too. Ref's running at him. He's like, what, this loader hit? That counts?
What?
If you know where it is, that's your own fault, and you just let your team down.
Yeah, and CEP, starting with 4 guys. And
McCormick about to light this dude's back up if he crawls to the next one. The guy picked him up. He knows he's there. But you got Alex Frazier run down the other side. Stephen Pitts coming through the middle. And that's the game right there. 15 seconds left. CP blowing it.
So, yeah, let's see if they burn the time off this clock here.
It's going to be 6-2 right now. 12 seconds left. They're probably going to burn this.
Yeah, I should burn this. As Dynasty is walking off, and Dynasty's just playing great right now. I mean, I really don't see any chinks in their armor.
Yeah, I want to see
so
them at
far.
their next game. That's going to be their toughest game is against the Los Angeles Ironmen, who are also playing in that division, and they're also playing really good. So it's going to be a battle between these two teams, who are probably the two teams that are moving on until tomorrow. So they'll get a little taste of what could possibly be their first game in the morning.
Yeah. So that's going to be interesting, because one of those things is like you definitely want to pull out enough. You want to win the game, but
you don't want to show all your cards.
And everybody's going to watch, like, for sure. Damage. They're standing around. They're checking everything out.
They got the video cameras out. They got the coaches on the sidelines. They're mapping it. They got all their players out here. They're communicating on the sidelines and picking up on Dynasty's game plan right now. Picking up on every team's game plan that we'll be playing tomorrow.
Yeah. And that's such a key part of success at this level. I mean, you've got to do your homework, man. You can't just, this is not it's 5 guys with guns. That may work at the divisional level, and I love that mentality. Yeah, it's great. You'll take on anyone. It doesn't matter. It looks like they're going to play it. But at the same time, it's at this level, you really have to know, like, for instance, so if I'm playing Dynasty, okay, if I see Alex line up on the grandstand side, he's probably going to the back corner.
Yeah, exactly.
So even though he's playing both sides, you can still notice these tendencies. And you look at it, there's Dynasty on your screen. Heard the horn from another field and almost started early.
But that's all right, because he touched back up. Stephen Pitts, smart player. And they're doing the train. Oh, out of bounds.
Yeah,
And
CEP's bringing
2-1
it.
game. Blouses. Hey, fun day of paintball, huh?
Yeah, man, absolutely. And that is going to do it here. So Dynasty not able to put CEP away, and that CEP's, they've been doing a good job of not letting other teams, like, they get
Finish
them on the
them off.
ropes and they won't get finished.
Yeah.
Which again bodes well for their future, which is what they really need to keep in mind when they're out here playing the best. And in Dynasty, they're heading in to playing the Ironman after the next game we got coming at you, which is X Factor Vicious.
Yeah.
And Dynasty, truthfully, they really haven't played the best teams in the league, but they're going to get a taste of potentially one of them when they play the Ironman. But I don't see any flaws. I don't see any flaws
right now.
Not right now. But that remains to be seen. And also, Sunday is a completely new day. So Dynasty,
yeah. Sunday paintball.
yeah,
Sunday fun day.
Dynasty cinching their berth in Sunday's competition.
Thanks, Empire.
Yeah, we will be right back in just a few moments. I'm Matty Marshall with Nikki Cuba. Do not go anywhere.
Later.